In the history of the WWE, there has never been an event that was bigger than WrestleMania. Sure, maybe Survivor Series or SummerSlam were big, but WrestleMania was always considered to be the biggest stage of them all. And for the past few years, one man has been synonymous with that event. There's something about a great nickname that just makes the wrestler cooler, in my opinion. But the problem with some wrestlers is that they can have a great match with a select few people, but when put in a big main event, they just don't have what it takes. And because of that, it was hard for anyone else to truly be at the top of the card. That all changed in 2005 when Hulk Hogan returned to the WWE after a 4-year absence. Shawn Michaels was one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He had incredible athleticism and was able to produce great matches with almost anybody. He was also able to perform in front of millions of people on the biggest stage in wrestling and never disappoint. Shawn Michaels was the epitome of what it meant to be a WWE superstar. He was larger than life and could sell out arenas all by himself. But what do you think? Do you agree with these 5 points? You think Shawn Michaels deserves the moniker Mr. WrestleMania? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a like on the video. Also, if you want to be notified about future videos, then make sure to subscribe. And if you want to watch more videos like this one, then you should click the link in the description for a free trial. Thanks for watching. Hey, this has been Top 5, and we'll see you next time. He was greeted with a hero's welcome, and many people thought he would headline WrestleMania 21, but that wasn't the case. Instead, he was slotted in at No. 2 on the card, in a match against the WWE Champion, Shawn Michaels. It was a dream match, the seasoned veteran and Hulk Hogan taking on the young up-and-comer and Shawn Michaels. Most people thought for sure that Hulk Hogan would win the match, but in a huge upset, Shawn Michaels came out victorious. This match not only shocked the crowd, but also shocked the wrestling world. For years, Hulk Hogan had been at the top of the mountain in the WWE. He was a 6-time WWE champion and the face of the company. But now he had lost his title to a younger, more athletic wrestler. It was a passing of the torch moment, and it signaled the end of an era in WWE. This match was important for several reasons. First, it showed that the WWE was willing to move on from Hulk Hogan. Second, it showed that Shawn Michaels was capable of main-eventing WrestleMania. And third, it gave Hulk Hogan a chance to pass the torch to a younger wrestler. Shawn Michaels was the exact opposite. He was able to perform in front of millions of people on the biggest stage in wrestling and still put on amazing performances. If you don't, then I suggest you look it up. It's probably the most controversial moment in wrestling history. It occurred at Survivor Series in 1997, when Shawn Michaels retained the WWE Championship against Bret Hart. During the match, Hart's music began to play, signaling that he had won the match. But the match continued, and Shawn Michaels ended up pinning Hart to retain the title. This was done without the consent of Bret Hart, who was supposed to win the match. The Screwjob was a way for the WWE to get out of giving Hart the title. See, Hart was set to leave the WWE and go to WCW, so the WWE didn't want to give him the title knowing that he would soon be leaving. Instead, they wanted the title to go to their top guy, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So they screwed Bret Hart over and gave Shawn Michaels the victory. However, this actually ended up benefiting Shawn Michaels. Sure, he may have betrayed Bret Hart, but it led to him becoming one of the most hated wrestlers in the WWE. This allowed him to turn heel and become the villain of the company. It's hard to imagine where Shawn Michaels would be without the Montreal Screwjob. It really helped catapult him to new heights. Shawn Michaels wrestled at 10 WrestleManias, and every single one of his matches was great. And that's saying something considering some of the matches he had. A lot of people forget that Shawn Michaels didn't wrestle under the WWE banner for most of his career. He spent several years in WCW after leaving the WWE in 1998. He would return to the WWE in 2002, but before that, he had already competed at 3 WrestleManias against wrestlers from different promotions. Shawn Michaels faced Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 14 in 2000. He teamed up with Triple H and Rick Rude to face Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, and Droz. And then in 2001, he competed in a 6-man tag team match against the APA and The Undertaker. And that wasn't even the wildest part. The wildest part was that in 2003, Shawn Michaels would face off against his former tag team partner and best friend, Marty Jannetty, in a no disqualification, unsanctioned street fight. Yes, You've heard that correctly, it was a street fight. Not only that, but their wives were also involved in the match. To make matters worse, the finish of the match came when Shawn Michaels superkicked Marty Jannetty, causing him to go through a flaming table. Even though Shawn Michaels wrestled in 3 different promotions, he was somehow able to make it to the WWE Hall of Fame in 2009. Yeah, I don't know how that happened either, but it did. Shawn Michaels had 2 nicknames during his career, both of which were earned. The first was the Heartbreak Kid. There's no denying that Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker had a great rivalry. They produced 3 incredible matches at 3 consecutive WrestleManias. Those matches were WrestleMania 25, 26, and 27. Their first encounter was a no-holds-barred street fight, which The Undertaker won. Their second meeting was a rematch, which Shawn Michaels won. And their rubber match was a Hell in a Cell match, which The Undertaker won. Each match was better than the last, and they helped elevate each other to new heights. At WrestleMania 26, Shawn Michaels was coming off a victory over The Big Show, and rumors suggested that The Undertaker would defeat Michaels in order to avenge his brother Kane. Kane was furious at Shawn Michaels for knocking him out with a steel chair during his match at WrestleMania 25. This meant that the intensity was higher at WrestleMania 26. But it also meant that Shawn Michaels had more motivation going into the match. This led to arguably the greatest performance of Shawn Michaels' career and one of the greatest performances in WrestleMania history. When Shawn Michaels hit the sweet chin music on The Undertaker and went for the pin, the entire crowd was on their feet. Everyone thought for sure The Undertaker was going to kick out. And he did, but only after a very slow count from the referee. This moment right here was absolutely electric. But unfortunately, Shawn Michaels would go on to lose the match. Still, the match itself was amazing. And if you want to watch that full match, then you should sign up for a free trial in the description below. But wait, there's more. The match between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27 was also amazing. Despite having a torn back muscle, Shawn Michaels was still able to deliver an incredible performance. The Undertaker would eventually win the match, but he would do so after hitting Shawn Michaels with a low blow. As mentioned before, these 3 matches are widely regarded as being some of the best in WrestleMania history. This nickname came after Shawn Michaels turned heel, essentially meaning he became a bad guy. And he did so by betraying his best friend, Marty Jannetty. Shawn would go on to date a woman named Miss Elizabeth, who was recently widowed after her husband, the legendary Randy Savage, died in a car accident. This caused many fans to dislike Shawn, especially since he seemed to take pleasure in the fact that he was dating a recently widowed woman. So the name The Heartbreak Kid made sense because he broke the hearts of the fans. This name came about because of how great of an in-ring performer Shawn Michaels was. Put simply, he would stop the show with his athleticism and the creativity of his moves. I personally think he is no one. There's just something about how fluid he was inside the ring. It seemed like he was defying gravity with some of the things he was able to do. Whether it was the Heartbreak Kid or the Showstopper, Shawn Michaels was definitely a fan favorite despite him being a heel at the time. That man is Shawn Michaels. The name Shawn Michaels alone would get people to buy tickets to the event just to see what he would do next. This is why Shawn Michaels is known as Mr. WrestleMania. Hello everyone. Today we look at the career of one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, Shawn Michaels. While some people may not like him as a person, it cannot be denied how good he was inside the ring. Could easily be considered one of the best ever, if not the absolute best. There are plenty of other reasons. It's more obvious than others. So, let's look at 5 reasons why Shawn Michaels is the Mr. WrestleMania. Number 1. The Heartbreak Kid and the Showstopper. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love nicknames in wrestling. 2. He consistently delivered at WrestleMania. There is no doubt that Shawn Michaels was extremely talented inside the ring. Could have a great match with almost anybody. 3. His rivalry with The Undertaker is one of the greatest rivalries in sports entertainment history. Number 4. He defeated Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. Ever since WrestleMania 3, the main event of WrestleMania has pretty much always featured Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is a legend. 5. The Montreal Screwjob. Do you remember the infamous Montreal Screwjob? Well, there you have it. 5 reasons why Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania.